I'm Aaron Ivey.
I'm Sam Ivey. I'm his son.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're related somehow. I don't know.
Slightly.
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm an ECS graduate. I'm also an Eagle Scout, and I'm very interested and hoping to look into animals and ecology for college.
I have lived here more or less my entire life. I've done almost every job that anybody could ever imagine, and it's the last 23 years or so I've been working as a realtor and property manager and just kind of general entrepreneur. Things that I'm interested in have been raising a family. That's probably been my number one passion, and just finding out what God's will is for us as we grow up. And one of the things that we say in our family is that we all grew up together. So that's something I'm passionate about, is how do we get there together. So I struggled with alcohol for a long portion of my adult life, and using alcohol to sort of try to feel better about a lot of things that I did not know how to address. And through being in trauma therapy, I was able to address some of these things. He was actually very bold to get me to push into the pain that I was feeling and to be transparent to the people who had hurt me. And so learning that skill, learning to be able to say very clearly what it is that I'm feeling, consider what that is, whether or not it's more emotion than it is fact, what are the facts, and then to formulate a plan to be able to communicate that to the person whom I may have felt was hurting me. It's been life-changing. And so, not that we're keeping score, but we're coming up on 2 years without any alcohol, and I have no plans for going back. What this program has done for me is it's helped me let go of the things that I have no control over, stop identifying with things that I think may be not what I would have envisioned, for them or for our family, and to be able to actually elevate and begin to praise their interests and their pursuits in life. Through this program, what we've been able to do is say, okay, and this is my wife's words now, so I can't take credit for this. How can we scaffold Sam to where he is able to be the adult, grow into the adult that God wants him to be, simultaneously be able to pursue his passions in such a way that glorifies God, and to where he doesn't have to take any second tier anything. He gets to fully pursue what he wants to pursue, what he has a passion to pursue, what God has made him to pursue. And now we are able to know that we're doing our part, sit back and watch him do great things. And that's a huge freedom that not many people get to have.
Before I was doing this, I had a hard time letting go of things. A much harder time letting go of things. I would hold grudges for years. You just gotta keep moving on. You're allowed to screw up. That's something that I had to learn.
The whole notion of why are you holding on or trying to maintain control of something that you cannot control is not wisdom that came from me. It is it's their mother's temperament. She is very, let's just say she travels light. She does not carry a lot with her, and she wants to let things go as fast as possible, because I think she knows what it's like to be raised as a kid in a home where nobody ever lets anything go, right? So she's like, I'm not going to live that life. Let's talk about this and then let's move on. And he's blessed to have her temperament. And so what the program has done that I've seen for Sam is that he has been freed from some of the ways in which I have thought in the past have become a burden to him. Because a lot of the stuff that he says, I still struggle with. And you may still struggle with it too, but to be able to address it and say, okay, this is how I'm feeling. That's not necessarily accurate or true about what I'm going through, and I need to talk to somebody about it and get it out and talk to somebody that I trust and have that scaffolding or that safety net or that support system to where I can be vulnerable
when something that doesn't seem that bad is really that bad, and then I need to address it. So it definitely helped me a lot, especially because when both I had a really good friend and an older sister, and they both went off to college at the same time, and so I was just left in an echo chamber with myself for a bit, and so that's never good. So having a therapist to talk to, having other people who are going through the same stuff that I am to talk about this stuff, it helped me figure things out and helped me realize, oh, I'm not the only one suffering. A lot of people go through this stuff too, and it's okay. And then it's helped me help others realize that too. You are loved. Accept that. Move on. Move on. You still have people who love you regardless. So stop acting like you're some crazy victim in this big bad world of ours.
I think genuine concern is something that you can't fake, and I feel like every single person, is going to go through trouble, and they're going to have a false narrative about themselves. They're going to maybe go down a path a little too far to the point where they can't get back to where they were when they started. And I'm describing myself just over and over again. And so to have your genuine concern, for us, when we are in marriage therapy, but also individually, in a marriage type setting, there's 3 of us in the room, and so usually there's one person that is really burdened on any given day. And so the fact that there are now 2 people in the room that are honestly and lovingly considering that person's burdens, and offering the opportunity to freely discuss what's going on, maybe get a little bit of feedback, from the other spouse. There have been very few times that I've walked out of there feeling that we could not handle the thing that we were struggling through. And it's counseling doesn't relieve you of the struggle. Counseling allows us to gain some transparency, to be able to maybe talk about something in a safe environment that maybe we don't feel like we could talk about to each other in the safety of our bedroom or the car or a walk. And I know that I've said a lot of things that I needed to say in that room that I never would have said.